getting started with Zoho Remotely and Zoho Assist. My name is John Wilfred, and my colleague Anjana Mahesh is along with me, and we will be your hosts for today. In this session, we will have a brief introduction into Zoho Remotely's admin panel, followed by remote support and remote access features of Zoho Assist. Zoho Remotely, a suite of applications that helps communicate, collaborate, and provide remote support and access, was put together in under a week, while over 90% of our workforce work from their homes at remote locations across the globe. We would like to share this experience with businesses trying to beat the pandemic. Zoho Remotely's admin panel starts with the user home. The screen that you see now is what is called as the user home. Applications that are added by or assigned to a user can be accessed from this user home. We haven't added all the applications. Zoho Work Drive and the productivity apps are yet to be added. The top right corner of the user home has a button that takes you to the admin panel. The admin panel consists of the must-needed settings that help you add users and bring order to the remote working environment. Let us quickly begin with the organization section, which has all the basic information pertaining to an organization. When you click on the edit button, you will be able to edit this information. Information can always be edited. For instance, if there is a change in the domain name or phone number, or let's say you decide to move your office to a different location, corresponding information can be updated when needed. Fields that are marked with asterisk are mandatory and they cannot be skipped. We shall now have a look at the application section. This section of admin panel lets you add application and modify its settings. In this instance, we see that Anjana is the super admin for Zoho Cliq. If she wishes to bring in more users into Zoho Cliq, she can simply do so by clicking the Assign User button on the right header. A click on the Setting button will directly take you into the respective application's settings. This is an example of where the Settings button will take you to. If you wish to add an application to the user home, simply click on Add Application button on the header. Now, you will see a segment listing out all available applications in Zoho Remotely while differentiating the ones already added from those that haven't been added yet. Click on Add across any application that you wish to add. I have chosen to add Zoho Work Drive, which comes inbuilt with Zoho Writer, Zoho Sheet, and Zoho Show, the productivity tools. Hence, when I add Zoho Writer, the productivity tools tend to populate themselves along the user home. If there is already an existing Zoho account for any given application, let's say you're using a standalone version of Zoho Work Drive for the same organization, you can choose the existing application to retain data. After successful addition, a message is displayed along with the options to assign users or manage application settings, which will again redirect you to the respective application's settings. As you can see here, the user home is now updated with Zoho Work Drive and its inclusions, which are Zoho Writer, Zoho Sheet, and Zoho Show, listed under the productivity tools. These applications can be assigned to groups so that every user added to a particular group will gain access to the application. Hover over any application and click on the menu option that appears on the right of the product. Now click on Assign Users. You will be prompted with 3 tabs: Individual, Group, and Everyone. You could choose to assign the application based on organization structure, and again, this is just a suggestion. Groups can be assigned in any way, in any manner deemed fit for your organization. If it's a small org, then you can go with assigning applications individually. If it's a bigger one with substantial amount of employees, then you can assign the apps to groups. If organization is small and everyone involved shares the same level of roles and responsibilities, then you can go with the third option, which is Everyone. We have now arrived at the most important segment of the admin panel, which is user settings. The key to a successful remote work is to establish a seamless connection with everyone in an organization. The same will not make any meaning if Zoho Remotely is used only by yourself while the rest of the employees stay disconnected, unless you're a solopreneur, in which case it's just you. This section will allow you to have a dashboard view of all the users in your organization, add and manage them. To add a user to your organization, simply click on Add User button on the header. Fill in the new user's information and the fields marked with asterisk are mandatory. You cannot skip them. In this image, there aren't any applications assigned to the user yet. However, if you choose to assign an application, you can always click on Add Application option. Assigning applications to the user will be covered in the following slides. Always have the Send Notification Mail option checked. Once you're all set, click on Add. An invitation will be sent to the user for acceptance. Until accepted, you will find the status of the user to be pending. What you see here is an example of how the new user will be notified via email with the option to confirm or reject the invitation. Once the new user has confirmed, now you can find the user here in the dashboard and you can start assigning apps. The menu button appears when you hover over any user. Here you will find the list of applications which can be selected, and when each application is selected, you may have to follow a few additional steps depending on the application. In this example, we assign Zoho projects to the user. While doing so, we are prompted with a few additional steps such as selecting an appropriate role for the user. If there are any ongoing projects, you can also assign the user to a given project and then click on Done. Similarly, select all the applications deemed needed and click on Assign. Now the dashboard is updated with the user status, under which we see the number of applications added of 5. There is always a super admin who is the owner of the organization. It will burden the super admin if all responsibilities are taken over by them. To avoid this, you can have multiple admins and each admin can be assigned ownership over applications or groups. You can always assign an admin by clicking on the add icon. Zoho remotely offers option to manage groups using admin panel. Groups can be created for each department in an organization, and each group can be assigned with moderators and members. Moderators will be the managers of the group who can make changes, while members get to be the participants who will be bound to the rules of the group. When you click on the Add Group button, a new pane slides out containing few fields that need to be filled. Choose a moderator or a member from the list of added users. Assigning applications to a group was already discussed earlier in this webinar when we had a look at the application section. We now have come to the final section of the admin panel, which is domain management section, wherein you can add and verify a domain from within the admin panel console itself. However, since domain verification itself is a very broad subject, it's a topic for another day. Hope you now have some idea about the functions and features of Zoho Remotely's admin panel. Over to you, Anjana.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Let's jump into Zoho Assist tool. This tool is very beneficial for independent IT support technicians, outsourced IT support, and even small and medium business support. You can, any computer issues can be resolved via Zoho IT support, including malware, installing drivers, updating business application and software, and also removing computer viruses. And in fact, proactively, you can also conduct system maintenance, after-hours services, and many more can be done through Assist. Who's going to get benefited from this remote support? As we all are aware of, remote support helps a technician to have access to clients' computer asset remotely to provide support and maintenance. This tool helps you to connect to any devices you are working on anywhere in this world, to customers distributed across various time zones. This application, as I said, it will help you to accelerate your response time, create a support checklist for future, and leave your customers, in fact, more satisfied with your services provided well on time. The features of Assist is very niche, I would say. It's industry standard. It is definitely simple and fast connection, which we will be seeing in the rest of the session. Two-way screening sharing. It has instant remote support, and you can also customize according to your company standards. We have the unattended remote access and the security, which is the major key part of any company, to protect the data. And then communication. This can be done through video and audio calls. You can speak to your customer on the other end. Simple and fast connection. So just type in your email address of your customer who would like to have a remote support session. and you can schedule the time according to your convenience, and then just click on the Start Now. The link will be, there will be a session ID number generated, and the link will be sent to your customer via email or through SMS. All they need to do is just click on the link, and you will be able to control your customer's end. Hence, setting up a remote session or joining session is pretty straightforward, and actually it's very fast too. Instant remote support. A snapshot on the instant remote key features under. So if you go on a session, if you're a primary technician, you can invite a secondary technician by just sending them an email link. Below, you will be able to see a screen share, and you can also chat online. You can swap screens and also annotate details, which is like a virtual whiteboard. You can give instruction, demonstration, training can be done through this. This will be very handy if you want to train your customers, as I said before. And there is a send, control, alt, delete, just one click, which helps you to log on, switch users, and change window password, and also check the task manager. And this last one is a screenshot. You can share your screenshots between the two parties during the sessions. You can have an instant file transfer. You can also receive file transfer instead of exchanging your documents through USB, FTP, which is recent years, they are more susceptible for data theft. This is much easier through cloud. Your support sessions can be also made more interactive through video calls, as I said before, and even you can have a voice chat. Group chat is which makes your time more rapid phase. In fact, you can also have a group chat in here. Then jumping into Reboot and Reconnect. In a single session, your support team can reboot and reconnect to the same sessions without losing control. You can update patches, install antivirus software, and troubleshoot unattended computers. I know it is pretty hard nowadays, to handle unattended computers remotely. It becomes sometimes clumsy as well. But with Assist Admin, system, it collectively carry out these operations on a large network of unattended computers with more organized way. It is possible to reboot unattended computers right from the unattended access window without even starting a session. So Assist can be remotely controlled through mobile devices as well. You can have a seamless delivered through mobile devices. You will be able to perform all your important operations through it. So all your requests, of your customers, just ask them to download an Assist application. It is available for iOS and Android. As I said before, it works very well for iOS and Android. It also allows in Windows, Mac, and Linux as well. So your Assist allows you to transfer across all the major operating systems. Now, let's talk about the unattended remote access. This will be very beneficial to access remote computers without the presence of the customer end. Your support team can view, manage, control, and even troubleshoot can be done quickly with the remote computers anytime once a system gets configured to access. As I said, you can also record these sessions and use them for internal audits and share it to your customer for demonstration or training purposes. So if you go into your Assist application and on the settings, if you click on unattended access, you will have an option for bulk deployment tool. This helps you to configure, deploy, and manage unattended access computer with ease. By using this tool, you can install unattended access agent across multiple remote systems simultaneously. So as you say, you can set up distributor, and you can set up a domain, and you can also add computers. So once this is done, we will be sharing a link at the on the chat box, which gives an instruction on how to set up bulk deployment. It's a step-by-step procedure which you can follow, and how to add domain or work group, or further add computers which you want to work on. Currently, Bulk Deployment Manager is available only for Windows. Diagnostic Tools. This helps to diagnose and manage your remote computers. By using an unattended agent remote access from the remote end, your support team will be able to open the command prompt, access the task manager, device manager. They can also access your hardware, printers, and many more. Your team can perform scheduled system diagnostics to prevent IT incidents in future. Then you can send session confirmation can be set up at the remote end before taking up a system on unattended remote access session. Your customer have to authorize to access their system. This is mandatory for customers who comply standards like Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act. Or if they don't want to access without their permission, this tool will be very useful to send the session confirmation. Then you would see below wake on LAN. If your support team wants the system to be turned on when your customer is not sitting in front of it, then wake on LAN will be very convenient. With a single click, you can turn on your system remotely, whether it is in hibernation mode or even if it is completely powered off. Once the system is on, you will be able to access and support the computers from wherever you are. Then security. It is definitely important in a current work from home scenario. However, managing the security system can feel downright daunting. To feel safe and secure, Assist has few comprehensive set of operations, policies, and technology which ensure your data is always shielded. Sessions can be started within seconds, I would say, without waiting for your customers to change the proxy or firewall configuration. Furthermore, the idle sessions can be terminated automatically if they were left idle beyond limited time. Privacy settings. Take control of data stored in your Zoho Assist account. As an admin, you will be able to decide why, when, how data should be gathered and processed in Assist. Ensure you set up permissions for your data can be accessed by third-party services like Zendesk, ServiceNow, and Freshdesk. Then jumping into data protection, where you can this settings will be able to manage data privacy and security. And then jumping into breach notification, you receive breach alerts by default. This will be notified within 72 hours. And you also have right to erase all your data being saved within your organization. So we will be also be sharing another guided link in the chat window, which gives you a step-by-step guide for privacy settings. Multi-authentication factor. With extra layer of security with additional verification process, you can protect your account. You can set up it through SMS, time-based OTP, Touch ID, push notifications through smartphones, or you can use QR code. According to your preferences, I would recommend. As you can see, the password policies is there. You can make it you can make sure that your organization or your customers are having a strong password. And you can also set up two-factor authentication. And also you can restrict the IP addresses as well. Then we have the action log viewer under the settings. If you click on the security and compliance, we have the action log viewer, where this helps to view and keep track of actions carried out in your organization for auditing and administration purposes. You will be able to generate logs for specified time and range by filters such as module, technicians, as well as department, and you can also see what remarks have been given. By default, this log records will be saved up to 90 days. Next is the cleanup settings. Data can be cleaned. All the redundant information in your reports, data log viewer, at preset time, you can keep cleaning them. By default, the session reports and the action log viewer retention time would be 365 days and 90 days respectively. Customization. Assist has an accessible user interface to ensure you get set up, manage, and rebrand your account without any difficulty. You can create email templates effortlessly, manage your technicians, configure email addresses, and also produce reports to your support sessions. So you can, as I was also wanted to say that the customer widget can be embedded so that you can allow your customers to join your remote sessions from your own website or blog. So this could actually gain trust between the two. And you can also explore in Zoho Assist, a customization field, which we will be adding another link where it gives you step-by-step procedure. I'm just going to give a gist about simple branding. So if you go into settings, you can click on organization, where here you can actually manage your technicians, your department in hierarchical order. And then you can also rebrand your company logo, favicons, and you can also have your own customized portal URL as well. So as you know, it's absolutely your choice under the customer domain. And you can also subscribe as well. Next, we're jumping into reports. It's always good to keep a track on your report support sessions. You can also track your previous sessions, and you can also visualize or analyze your remote support and your unattended remote support details in a much better perspective. Manual analysis can be done here, which will definitely help you to monitor and plan better for your future support sessions. And you can also download them as an CSV as well here. Remote support and access integration. Zoho Assist can be integrated with ServiceNow, Freshdesk, Zendesk, G Suite, Zoho Desk, Zoho Sales IQ, Jira. So if you can, configuration this process, is being completed, you can initiate support sessions, tickets, and instant records. So that brings us to the end of our webinar today. Please don't hesitate to reach out to our support team for any other inquiries to this email address, support@zohoremotely.com. Thank you very much for your time.